This is the BEnergyAware Podcast. Welcome back to the BEnergyAware Podcast, sponsored by Get Empowered audiobook, written and read by me, Bran Katanec. This audiobook contains all the tools that I personally use on a daily basis that make a huge difference for the better, especially for highly sensitive people. By buying this audiobook, you're supporting the creation of the new podcast episodes. You can buy the audiobook on Amazon or get the exclusive bonus edition at BEnergyAware.com/shop. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Another great way to support this podcast is to write a review on Apple Podcasts or just hit 5 stars. This is how you can also help others to find this podcast so they can benefit from this content as well. The more ratings and reviews, the easier it is for others to find this podcast. Thank you so much. Today, I want to talk about our nervous system and about what we can do to take care of it. In the past, the tendency for most people was to go, go, and go, and to not stop until they finished a job or a task in front of them, and then found themselves exhausted and needing much recovery time. This was the reality when it comes to good scenarios, but there were also others who paid dearly with their health and some even with their lives and never ever recovered. All that is changing today, and more people, not just highly sensitive people, are finding out that there are much kinder and healthier ways to do things and to be productive, and that rest and nourishment are equally important if we're going to be happy and healthy in the long run. Yes, times are changing, and so today, the questions that are getting raised more and more are: what is good for my nervous system? How can I be kinder to myself when doing this job or task or project that I'm working on? How can I pace myself so that I can keep steady and enjoy the project as well? And that in the end, I'm not only happy with the results, but feeling fresh as well, instead of being exhausted or depleted. All this automatically means that we must have more flexible deadlines and timelines and allow ourselves enough time for our creative projects so that we can complete them and take good care of ourselves during the creation process. And not only that, even when there is a deadline that is less flexible, that we approach the project with a new awareness. That could mean taking short rests throughout our workday, or working only those days when we feel inspired, or having less workdays per week, or work less hours a day. There is definitely space to experiment and find out what works best for each person and their situation. For me, I ask myself, how can I stay focused and be productive and take enough time in between my projects to nourish myself? And also, how can I nourish myself during the work process as well? When do I need to have a rest? How many times? And how many minutes? I need to check in with myself regularly and daily to make sure that I am taking good care of myself. If I feel I need to take a day off, I take a day off. If I feel inspired a few days in a row, I'll use those days to be as productive as possible, but at the same time knowing how much I can handle in one go, watching not to overdo it. I've noticed that if I'm consistent with nourishing myself, that I am also more productive, and even steadily productive throughout the whole year. That way, I get more done comparing to if I, for example, keep at it intensely for shorter periods of time. If I do things more intensely and give myself shorter deadlines, or not watching to stop and rest in between, I find that then I need a lot more time to recover. And so that doesn't work as well as keeping steady and applying self nourishment. Our nervous system needs lots of care and nourishment, lots of downtime. We can still be productive and take good care of it. If we nourish it, it is going to nourish us back. I hope what I've shared has been helpful. We could all use a reminder from time to time. Let me know what you think. Message me on Instagram at BEnergyAware or through my website, BEnergyAware.com. And please subscribe and share this podcast. Hitting 5 stars on Apple Podcasts or writing a review is going to help others to find this podcast as well. Thank you so much for your support. I'm Bran, your host, and I'll talk to you soon.